Are you thinking about buying or selling a home, or maybe you're just curious about the real estate world? Well, you're not alone. There are a ton of myths out there that could completely change how you approach your next real estate move. But what if I told you that some of these common beliefs are actually completely wrong? Do you think renting is just throwing money away, or that a 20% down payment is a must? Let's dive in and bust some of the biggest real estate myths together. Selling your home for sale by owner saves money. Many homeowners believe that selling their property on their own will save them a fortune in commission fees. After all, if you don't need an agent, you don't have to pay those hefty commissions, right? Well, not exactly. While the idea of saving money seems tempting, there's a lot more to selling a home than just listing it. First off, pricing your property correctly can be a challenge. Many FSBO sellers overestimate their home's value, or they underestimate it, which can result in longer listing periods and missed opportunities. Real estate agents, on the other hand, have the expertise to price homes based on market trends, recent sales, and buyer demand. But that's not all. When you're trying to sell a home, marketing is key. Sure, you can post on Craigslist or social media, but are you getting the right exposure? Real estate agents have access to the multiple listing service, which puts your home in front of thousands of potential buyers. Plus, they know how to stage and photograph your home to make it look its best. The negotiations? That's another area where an agent's expertise comes into play. Without professional guidance, you could end up making costly mistakes or leaving money on the table. In the end, homes sold with the help of a skilled agent tend to sell for more, which more than makes up for the commission fees. So, while selling FSBO sounds like a way to save money, it can actually cost you in the long run. Buyers get a better deal without an agent. It's a common myth that buyers can score a better deal if they don't work with a real estate agent. After all, why pay a commission when you could just negotiate directly with the seller, right? Well, let's take a step back and consider this. In most transactions, the seller actually pays the commission for both their agent and the buyer's agent. So from a cost perspective, hiring an agent doesn't really change the price you'll pay for a home. In fact, working with a buyer's agent can give you an edge in negotiating better terms and potentially even a lower purchase price. Buyer's agents know the market inside and out. They can help you identify properties that match your needs and budget, and they can advise you on things like property value, neighborhood dynamics, and potential issues with a home. They're there to represent your best interests and will negotiate on your behalf. Plus, their access to MLS listings means you'll see more properties, some of which may not be available to the general public. But the real value of an agent comes in the form of their expertise when it comes to paperwork, legalities, and closing procedures. Real estate transactions involve a lot of paperwork, and missing just one important detail could be costly. A buyer's agent ensures that everything is handled professionally, and that your interests are protected throughout the entire process. So, no, working without an agent doesn't automatically guarantee a better deal. It's actually a risky move that could leave you with less than you bargained for. All real estate agents are the same. Let's face it, if you've ever gone house hunting or sold a property, you've probably heard someone say, real estate agents are all the same. But is that really true? Absolutely not. Just like in any profession, real estate agents vary widely in terms of experience, expertise, and approach. Some may specialize in luxury homes, while others focus on first-time buyers or commercial properties. It's essential to understand that an agent's skills and local market knowledge can make all the difference in your real estate journey. When choosing an agent, think of it like hiring a coach for a big game. You wouldn't choose just anyone, right? You'd want someone who understands the strategy, knows the ins and outs of the market, and has a proven track record. A good agent will take the time to listen to your needs, guide you through every step of the process, and offer valuable insights that help you make informed decisions. But not all agents operate the same way. Some may focus on getting the deal done as quickly as possible, while others may be more patient and work with you to ensure you get the best deal possible. The right agent will have strong negotiation skills, a thorough understanding of the market, and a commitment to your goals. So if you want to have a successful transaction, don't settle for just any agent. Find one who's the perfect fit for your needs. You need a 20% down payment to buy a home. You need a 20% down payment to buy a home. Ah, the classic myth, you need 20% down to buy a house. If you've been saving up for years thinking this is true, you're not alone. Many people believe that a 20% down payment is a requirement for homeownership, but the reality is quite different. While a larger down payment can definitely help you avoid private mortgage insurance and lower your monthly payments, it's not the only path to homeownership. There are numerous loan programs available that require much less than 20%. For example, first-time homebuyers may qualify for FHA loans, which only require a 3.5% down payment. There are also conventional loans with down payments as low as 3%, and if you're a veteran, you could even qualify for a VA loan with no down payment at all. These options open up the possibility of homeownership for many who may have thought the 20% barrier was too high to cross. Plus, by putting down less, you can free up your savings for other investments or emergency funds. The key is to work with a mortgage broker or lender who can guide you through your options and help you determine what works best for your financial situation. So, if you're hesitant about homeownership because of the 20% myth, take a deep breath. You don't need to wait until you've saved up that much. There are plenty of ways to make homeownership a reality with a much smaller down payment. Renting is throwing money away. You've probably heard it before. Renting is just throwing money away. It's a sentiment that many people believe, thinking that every dollar spent on rent is one less dollar they could be putting toward building equity in a home. But let's slow down for a second. Renting isn't always the financial black hole that it's made out to be. While it's true that renting doesn't build equity in the same way homeownership does, there are several reasons why renting can make sense, depending on your personal circumstances. For starters, renting offers flexibility. If you're not sure where you want to settle down long-term, renting gives you the freedom to move without the hassle of selling a home. This flexibility is especially valuable for people in transitional phases of their lives, whether you're moving for a job, exploring new cities, or just aren't ready to commit to one location. Additionally, renting generally requires lower upfront costs compared to buying a home. Think about it, no down payment, no closing costs, and often fewer maintenance responsibilities. Plus, if something goes wrong, whether it's a broken appliance or a leaky roof, it's not your problem to fix. So, while homeownership may be the right choice for many, renting offers advantages in terms of mobility, financial ease, and less stress. It's important to weigh the pros and cons based on your current situation and long-term plans before jumping to the conclusion that renting is just throwing money away. All debt is bad, including mortgage debt. For many, the idea of debt conjures up negative feelings. It's often seen as something to avoid at all costs. But here's the thing, not all debt is created equal. While credit card debt and payday loans are definitely financial traps to be avoided, mortgage debt can actually work in your favor. Let's break it down. A mortgage allows you to purchase a home, and that home is likely going to appreciate in value over time, especially in stable or growing markets. This means that while you're paying off your mortgage, you're also building equity in a property that's likely to increase in value. Over the years, that property could turn out to be a significant asset. In contrast to high-interest debt like credit cards, mortgage rates are typically much lower, and in some cases interest payments may even be tax-deductible. This makes it a relatively inexpensive form of debt compared to other types. If you manage your mortgage responsibly, it's a way to build wealth over time, not just an expense. The key is ensuring that your monthly mortgage payment is manageable based on your income and other financial obligations. When done right, mortgage debt doesn't have to be a burden, it can be a tool for growing your wealth. So the next time you hear someone say all debt is bad, remember that good debt, like a mortgage, can be part of a well-thought-out financial plan. You can't buy a home with bad credit. Let's be honest, bad credit can feel like a roadblock when it comes to buying a home. Many people assume that a low credit score automatically means they're shut out of homeownership. But that's not the whole story. While it's true that a good credit score makes the process smoother and can help you secure a better interest rate, a less-than-perfect credit history doesn't mean you can't buy a home at all. There are plenty of loan programs designed specifically for buyers with lower credit scores, including FHA loans, which only require a 3.5% down payment. These types of loans open up homeownership to many people who might otherwise feel discouraged. Now let's be clear, having bad credit may come with some challenges. You might face higher interest rates, which means your monthly payments will be higher, but that doesn't mean the door is closed. In fact, for many buyers, it's a matter of finding the right loan program, saving for a larger down payment, or even considering a co-signer. Moreover, lenders will consider other factors like your employment history, income stability, and overall financial situation when deciding if you qualify for a mortgage. If you're in this position, it's a good idea to work with a mortgage broker who can help you navigate the best options for your unique situation. Remember, bad credit doesn't have to be the end of your homeownership dream, it's just a bump in the road, and with some effort and the right advice you can still make it happen. You should always buy the most expensive house you can afford. You should always buy the most expensive house you can afford. When it comes to buying a home, there's this underlying belief that you should always buy as much house as possible. After all, it's an investment, right? While it may sound like good advice to purchase the most expensive home you can afford, it's not always the smartest strategy. Here's why. Just because you can afford the monthly payments, doesn't mean it's the best financial decision. When you stretch yourself to the limit, you're essentially tying up all your resources in one asset, leaving less room for savings, retirement, or other investments. Plus, buying a bigger house means higher property taxes, more expensive utilities, and more maintenance costs. Those extra bedrooms might sound appealing, but do you really need them? Rather than buying a home that maxes out your budget, consider a property that fits comfortably within your means. This way, you have more financial flexibility. You'll have the ability to save for other goals like travel, education, or even investing in your future. It's also worth remembering that a home is just one part of your financial picture, and there's more to life than paying off a mortgage. Buying a home that you can comfortably afford, without living paycheck to paycheck, gives you peace of mind and room to grow. And who knows, you might find that a smaller, more affordable home offers just as much happiness than a sprawling mansion. All renovations add value to a home. All renovations add value to a home. You've probably heard that all renovations increase home value, but let's pause for a moment and think this through. Sure, renovations can absolutely add value, but not all improvements will give you the return on investment you're expecting. While kitchen and bathroom remodels often provide great returns, not every update will necessarily boost your home's resale value. For example, adding a swimming pool might sound like an upgrade, but in many markets, it can actually lower the value of your property, especially if your potential buyers don't want the maintenance hassle. What's more, the cost of renovations can quickly spiral out of control if you're not careful. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of transforming your space, but not all renovations will pay off when it's time to sell. Before embarking on any major home improvement projects, it's essential to research which upgrades are worth the investment. Talk to local real estate agents, check out comps in your neighborhood, and get a good understanding of what buyers in your area are looking for. Sometimes, smaller updates, like painting walls in neutral tones, replacing worn-out flooring, or installing energy-efficient windows, can give your home a fresh look and a better ROI than more expensive renovations. So, while it's true that renovations can improve your living experience, not every project guarantees a significant increase in home value. Be strategic and smart about where you put your money. Real estate is a guaranteed investment. Real estate is often touted as a sure thing when it comes to investment, but here's the reality: it's not a guaranteed win. While real estate can be a profitable investment over time, it comes with risks, just like any other investment. Economic downturns, market fluctuations, and unforeseen issues with a property can significantly impact its value. For example, the housing market experienced a crash in 2008, which caused home values to plummet for millions of homeowners. Even in more stable markets, property values can fluctuate based on interest rates, the local economy, and neighborhood changes. Investing in real estate requires thorough research and a clear understanding of market trends. You can't just assume your property will appreciate in value every year. The key to real estate success is timing, location, and strategy. If you buy at the wrong time or in a declining area, you could end up losing money instead of making a profit. That said, real estate can still be an excellent long-term investment when approached wisely. Whether you're buying a home to live in or investing in rental properties, make sure you understand the risks involved. Do your homework, work with professionals, and create a plan that aligns with your financial goals. Real estate isn't a get-rich-quick game, but with the right approach, it can still be a profitable and valuable part of your investment portfolio. Thanks for watching. I hope these myths helped clear up some confusion about the real estate world. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss an update from DwellScape. Have any real estate myths you've heard? Drop them in the comments below, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Stay tuned for more tips and I'll see you in the next video. Happy house hunting!